Mungindi trading cards is an Australian institutional practice these days in a Brisbane community organized location. Tall story article. My teacher was telling me about the good old days when no cards were in the school grounds, no images of scissor or pictures of paper. Just good old things back in those fine old days. I remembered about what my only family used to say. The days my granddad also said, in outback towns, the only thing to do was chase snakes with sticks and jump near toads, as he grew up in Richmond, Sydney. The teacher proved him wrong, as there were many played games, as Mum was thinking of moving out of the city to buy cheap real estate properties in a town with a population under 900. For events can change a person's life and turn their thoughts to many choices. Comfort zones can sometimes be broken, for Australia is a place of many historical events, and not all favorable, comfortable, or even pleasant. Neighbor folks I live near now have had many limitations placed upon them. Fortunately, Brisbane is an ever-changing place in which a mix of neighbors can lead to better changes. Possibly, the flip side of a coin toss is facing up. My ancestors past were not that good sometimes, and fortune looks good for some while it frowns on others, as a mix of Eastern culture and philosophies cushion the blows a little bit. You still have to plan and save for the future. Since the Brisbane floods in 2011, housing property along the river has gone down. Unfortunately, Mum is scared of moving to places who have a history of floods, and, on the other end of the spectrum, of bushfires. However, it's not long now since my mum updated her dreams of owning a property in my local Brisbane community that us kids grew up in and love very much. Why not follow a business that allows people to relocate to different homes in a global positioning market and sell much-loved images of vintage reproduction or modern images on boutique trading card series? Marketing Soft Sell ploy to produce YouTube clips with audio pre-recorded stories and songs for different members of the global and domestic community. All you had to do was remember how much fun it was to be a schoolyard student, and which pocket money was made available to me if I did some work and illustrated some images. Mum told us kids about her time in a school which 700 children ruled the school grounds. A carefree time, when she was a kid playing hopscotch in the schoolyard. Throw a rock, 1, 2, 3, then you go hop, skip, and a jump. I personally don't like the sound of chalk on a school board. Even playing scissors, paper, rock was a game back then, or to others it's known as the SPR game. The Romans general even dabbled in making shapes with their hands for important decisions. Romans playing scissors, paper, or rock, as there is a history piece on it. I suppose number 1 was the leader, and the lower you go down the scale, your number is lower. MTC's, or better known name, Mungindi trading cards, reputation of being a bit stuffy with reproduction image cards, and for me, I like the modern cards better. A mix-mash of images of different names for 10 interesting hand signs. These 10 hand signs are legs 11, birdie finger or index finger, be honest, crossed fingers, scissors sign, rock sign, paper hand sign, trunk up sign, thumb up, or number 1 sign, Mungindi 1-ton post sign, pinky promise, lucky horseshoe sign, and lastly, protection sign. The Western Australia's Kalgoorlie Super Pit is a good image for that sign. My teacher came back to me and told me to stop avoiding work and do my daydreaming someplace else. For I was really dreaming about all the things I could do being a vendor, selling MTC at the market. Along with other things, hair and wig extensions, beads and trinkets excited me. Lots of my friends got involved after their parent read a Brisbane newspaper article in a local free paper. It explained about a venue in November at one of our community's churches that allowed performances to happen and be recorded. Vendor stalls were available, and I was thinking about the hair, wig, and embellishment display, entering the art show with a few of my friends. My teacher was interested, as she was getting some booty prizes at the pet shoot for a class art drawing project. The teacher wanted to buy some materials and enter A4 drawings to a Mungindi trading card postal art address. I Googled the word Mungindi, and up came a country town with a population of 900. It was along the river and had 2 police stations, both managed and administrated in Sydney, and other administrated in Brisbane. How different was that, to jump over one boundary line and be in one time zone, and other time zone on the other boundary side? That's if one side had daylight savings, my friend interrupted. Mungindi was an Aboriginal word, and depending on what site you read, it generally meant water hole near the river. Getting involved with my teacher on many things was a bit like my mom and her interest in hobbies. These older people can be a bit testing, as I get a bit bored and try not to ponder on things that don't involve me. However, I've been told I'll grow out of not being concerned about major things, as when you become connected in a community, you have to learn how to be involved to have different friends other than the ones at my local school. We click the button to go onto the computer internet server. I have no interest in living in a town outside Brisbane, as my friends and community are here. A music festival was held once every 2 years at Mungindi. Perhaps my involvement may be a YouTube clip, where I dance and perform to the jingle 99designs.me. My teacher wanted me to see her pet canine, Willow, and her favorite cat, Ms. Matilda Pickle. She has Polly and Molly, 2 kittens left awaiting good homes. Hint, hint. I have to show Mum and ask her about if Gus, our pet, likes cats, even kittens. Next online page, please. I connected to eyeballsomeone.com, page 3, and what did I see? I saw Trevio, John, and Matt playing SPR, with Mocha the dog lapping up the attention. A $20 fee allowed the cameraman to take a photo, and after permission to be seen online, my teacher had allowed photos to be uploaded to a gallery pet owner page. Why not other people in the community too? Maybe of you and a dog, or a cat, or a bird. My teacher is nice and kind and sweet. You get that with an animal-loving person. My teach loves Canine Willow and Ms. Pickle the cat. I have to go home and tell Mom about the guy with the camera, who came over to the Gap community on a Saturday church location. I wonder if a fish is a good pet to bring. As Mungindi trading cards will build a lovely collection of fish images, pet images, flower images, and animal photos and more. You can loan a dog and choose a collar to be photographed with, a pet on loan if you don't have one. For you can borrow Mocha the dog and have your family photo with her. Maybe later a local pet owner in Brisbane will allow the pet photographer to take plenty of happy snaps of fishy photos. I guess that's a bit too corny a joke to say in public. That fish also swim from one end of the tank and haven't forgotten to say cheese. My collection of cards include Legs 11 sign, Number 1 sign, and Be Honest cross finger sign. My favorite card is a picture of an elephant with its trunk up, as I won that card from my teacher last week in class when I drew an image from a photo of Ms. Pickle on a chair. We are sending the A4 drawings to Mungindi Trading Cards to ask admin to scan down the image and upload onto different products on an online store. And I get some tithe dollars to spend for art that passes and it's judged in many different promotions and comes first. At our school's next feat, possibly trading card vendor stalls will be available, as we love our MTC cards. Especially the blank front playing cards that I get to personally stamp with different front images, using an ink pad and rubber illustration stamps. It's possible that every year at a special time, we make up sets of cards for our school show bag. Mungindi trading cards are cool, as their promotions are a bit silly at times. I look up their affiliated site, www.eyeballsomeone.com, and see they're trying to connect with my age group. Thanks for caring, thanks for sharing, and thanks for Ms. Pickles. I have fake money to exchange for something green or blue or a purple toy for Gus to chew. Also, I collect trading cards as well as collecting colorful things for my dog Gus, who loves to find my bear or sister's doll, and I think my sister is older and over that dolly stage. For Gus, I love along with my mom, dad, and brother Eddie, and not to forget my sister Peggy. So local boys and girls get to hear a pitch of someone not just my granddad's age, as you can attend a miniature art trading show in November, or send in art or clips to receive Toad in the Hole currency dollars. You just go online and order goods and admin will accept the credit you've earned from the art show. Pick me! Pick me! See you online on Eyeball Someone webpage on page 1 or 2 or 3 or 6, maybe 5. The pet photographer is coming to your community's church in Brisbane location. Just bring your parents, and they'll just pay $20 for the shoot, and you can always order prints later, as a contact point has been made available on a sunny Saturday at a well-rounded, groovy church location.